Hello, good night. My name is not important, but I came to you tonight to tell you about the end times vision that I had, and I'm compelled to share it with you. Now, I'm not asking anyone to believe me, but these are things that the Lord showed me. Now, forgive me if my speech is not 100%. I live in the Caribbean, so we speak dialect. Um, Last night, after me, my daughter, my mom-in-law, prayed for hours because we normally pray every night for a long period of time as the Holy Spirit leads us. And as I went to sleep, I saw in a vision we were in it was like a furnace where in like in America you will be down inside this place where they throw wood to heat up the whole building, and we was deep down inside of that in a room where it had a furnace, and we were standing, me and two other women were standing next to the furnace. And then I cannot explain it, but it was something like a force came up out the floor and echoed throughout the whole earth, and our ears began to ring out, and we dropped our phones because the phones was it was like we didn't have service because we was down so deep. And when we came upon the earth, it's like everyone who had cell phones, they froze in a point in time. It's like they were frozen, they were stuck. And those that had cell phones that maybe they didn't have signal, they were running around. And I saw, when I look up in the sky, I saw a big vortex was open. It was a rectangular vortex, and on the outer side was like golden. But when I look in the middle, it was black. And this vortex was sucking up everybody that was frozen from the downfall of the cell phones. And it was sucking them inside of it. And I was trying to get as much people as I possibly could to help me to hide from this vortex that was sucking up people. Now we begin to hide, and after I became hungry, and there was a brother in faith with me, and he was taking me around the place because, like I said, we were hungry and we were looking for food. And we went to this shop. It was like to the top of a mountain. Like I had to go up a couple steps. In the Caribbean, we have shops all over, like little small shops. So I went to get some food, and the guy told me he's not serving my kind. And he looked at me and he was like, I'm not serving your kind. And I went back 7 times and he refused to serve me. So the brother in faith, he said, I know a place where we can go and we can get food. It may not be nice food, but we're going to get something. And then I got some food from there. And then after I came out the car and we began to walk. And we came upon a very huge building, and there were people there still living the same life that they were they were gays, they were drinking, they were still living basically the same life without caring about basically what was going on with them. But I didn't understand that these people that was living that life was the people that was on the Antichrist side. So when I began to walk into this big building, it was like a warehouse, and there was food inside of it. Now, I don't know if any one of you have ever been in a room or saw MRI, and that red light will come over you. And when that red light comes over you, it normally scans your body. Now, there was a gold light, and I could not tell where this gold light was coming from, but it was patrolling the whole of like the aisles. And a woman and a child was there, and they were getting some food. And I said, run, the light is coming, because the light was just beaming out from somewhere you couldn't tell. And it came across, and it saw the woman and the child trying to sneak and get some food. And the light, it's like the vortex opened and sucked them right in. And I didn't know, I couldn't tell you where they was going. So after that, I ran between a little passageway. It's like it was like in an area where the bathroom was, and I stood between there, and I heard some people there speaking, a woman and a man, and they said, soon we're gonna introduced a new world order to them. And when I heard that, I fainted. And when I fainted, I thought that I would have gotten up out my sleep. But when I woke up, I was in the vision again, in the same place where I had fainted. And as I began to look at the cereal boxes, there was a honey bunches of oats, with the bee and the honey. And as I look at the box, there was subliminal messages. There was like a giant crab, like a spirit, like a demon on top the box of the honey bunches of oats where you will see on the honey bunches of oats box, they'll have the bowl and the bee. It was a big, it's like the design was like a crab, and the crab was like holding the honey. And I was looking at the box, and I was saying, oh my God, they're putting messages in all the food. And as I began to look at the food upon the aisles, there was messages written on every food. There was a demon print upon all the food stuff that was there. So it's like what we're seeing them in the realm of in the physical realm, in the spiritual realm, they had demon prints on all the food that was factory made. And I took the box of cereal, and I took some, I think it was a tonic, and the tonic also had on subliminal messages as well. And then we begin to leave, and I walk out of the building, and we left. But the thing that got me throughout the whole vision was the cell phone. And it's like with the cell phone, what the Lord laid in my heart, He said almost everyone around the world, rich and poor, old and young, have a cell phone. He said the ones that don't have a cell phone is the ones that have not been discovered yet. Like, they have people living in the Amazon. They don't have cell phones and all, those people. But He said to me, everyone has a cell phone. And when I replayed the vision in my mind, because when I woke up, I was nervous and I began to pray. And it's like I was replaying the vision in my mind. And I said, oh my God, all the electronics went dead. But the cell phones, there was something built inside of them that when the New World Order came, these cell phones forced people in a point where they couldn't move. It's like they were hypnotized. But those that didn't have the service, or those that was in places where they wasn't picking up signals, nothing happened to them other than they couldn't buy food. They were running for their lives. The vortex was sucking people up. The light, like an MRI light, was tracking everybody. And it was, oh my God, I can't explain it. I just want to encourage you guys to put your trust in Jesus, because He's the only one who can help us from these things that are to come.